आप डायरेक्ट इसमें खोल सकते हो, नहीं तो मैं अगली बार आई विल शेयर दीज लिंक्स ओवर ईमेल्स। इज
हाँ,
दैट
जो
ओके?
जी टॉक होता है ना, जीमेल में चैट करते हैं।
वो मैडम, मैं ना थोड़ा पुराना ख्यालात का आदमी हूँ, मैं सिर्फ थोड़ा बहुत ही जानता हूँ, जी टॉक वी टॉक मुझे पता नहीं। What I'll do is I'll share these links over email. Will that be okay?
यस प्लीज।
Yeah.
That I'll do definitely.
ओके।
मेरा थोड़ा सा ना हैंड थोड़ा कमजोर है इसमें, फेसबुक और व्हाट्सएप और इसमें।
ओके।
Okay, okay, no worries. So shall we start? Do I have everybody's attention?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yes,
यस।
definitely.
Okay, great. So today what we are going to discuss is we shared with you memory part, we shared with you background processes. Today I'm going to share with you files, which is very another very important aspect of Oracle database. So what are files? What are we discussing in the files? So during this course of the session, I will be putting on some questions, or I will even tell you some things which will help you in your interviews also. Okay, so these are quick things that you should know. For example, what are different kinds of files available in database? So if some interviewer will ask you what different kinds of files are available in database, so what are those files? So first
So
is
first is
parameter files.
parameter files.
Then there is trace files. Then alert files, data files, temp files, control files, redo log files, password files, change tracking file, flashback log files, data pump files, okay, and flat files. So we'll be discussing all these files today. Okay. So first file I'm going to discuss today is parameter file. So what is a parameter file? You all know what parameter means. So parameters are nothing but name and their values for Oracle database. So parameters which are required for Oracle database to function, those are called parameter values or parameter names. So what exactly is parameter? Okay, let's say I am uh, a programmer. Okay, I am a programmer. Dinesh is a DBA. So my parameter is that I would work in Java. So one parameter is programming language. Okay, so for me as a programmer, there is a parameter programming language. What is the value of that programming language? In my case, it would be Java. Same like Dinesh is a DBA, right? So what is his parameter values? So one of the parameter that I had programming language, in case of Dinesh, that programming language would be PL SQL. You guys understand what I'm talking about? So
Yes, sir.
another parameter name for me as a programmer is platform. Okay, so that platform in my case would be Windows, and in Dinesh case as a DBA, that parameter value would be let's say Unix. It can be Linux, it can be HPUX. So these are the parameters which are required for database to function. So normally what happened in the past, there were many parameters for Oracle database to function. But slowly when time passed on, in order for DBAs to not remember all those parameters and their values, there are some mandatory and basic set of parameters that you need for creation and start of the database. That's it. You just need to specify those mandatory parameters. Rest of the parameters are by default, and I will show you what parameter value means. So another interview question: where would you find those parameter files? Okay, this is another important interview question. So parameter files are usually located in your Oracle underscore home. there is a folder called DBS. So your parameter values, your parameter files are here in this DBS folder. So remember I told you there are parameter files like init.ora, sp file sid.ora. So let's open. We don't have init upgr.ora, right? So let's create one. So let's create to database first. So startup. I'm starting my database. So now one thing before we even look at parameter files is to see what parameter file your database is using right now. So how to do that? This is also an interview question. Connect to database, show parameter sp file. If a value is returned, then that means you are using sp file sid.ora. If there is nothing here, then that means your database is using init sid.ora. Okay, what is your sid? Echo dollar oracle underscore sid upgr, right? So I am using sp file sid.ora, but I need to use p file, right? So I'll use create p file from sp file. So once I do this simple command, because this file, as I told you before, is a binary file, but p file is a flat file. So you are creating from sp file, from binary file, which only machine can read, a flat file for DBS to read. So what parameters are inside sp file, what are the values? I cannot open this file because it's a binary file and I should not even open it. So I need to create a flat file, p file for that. Okay, so let's see, I created a p file now. So let me exit, let me go to the DBS folder. Let me see, you see that init upgr.ora file is created. I can open this file and these are the parameters that are listed. This is something that database itself specifies. You don't need to even do that. What you can do is you can just play with these values. So these are in bytes. Okay, this tells you the DB cache size. You know what DB cache size is? We discussed in the last class. Database buffer cache, Java pool size, memory area used for Java, large pool size used for your backups. Oracle base, this is another parameter value, Oracle base. This is my Oracle base. PG aggregate target, you know what PGA is, right? PG aggregate target also was discussed. SGA target, you see that? Here we specify SGA target. This is the area of the memory that is allocated to Oracle when we start the database. So when you start database reads these parameters and allocates memory accordingly. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, every time like we have to create a P file from SP file.
Not every time, this has to be done once.
Okay.
And if you want to change parameters, then yes, you need to change them. But not always. You don't want your data file location to change. You don't want your trace file location to change. You don't change your block size too often, right? You don't do that. Block size is defined once. And if you want to change the block size, there are ways to create different block size table spaces, but that is going to be discussed later on. So these are the parameters that needs to be changed, like sessions. More than 91 sessions cannot connect with the database. If you want to have more sessions, you need to up this value, increase this value. Okay. So this is the table space for undo table space. Remember the name of the undo table space. This is the default undo table space that gets created with database. Control files, as I said, the location of control file is here. Why control file location or control file parameter is there? Why? Because this control file tells you everything. Where is your data file? Where is your control file? Where is your redo log file? Where are your properties of database. This is what in control file. That name says it all, right? Control. It controls the functioning. Let's say the structure of database. This is what in control files is. This is also a binary file that gets created when you install a database. There are ways to even recreate control files. We will discuss later on. Okay, in management of database chapters. So these are the files, right? This is location of audit dump. This is audit trail is DB. That means anything that is running in database is audited and the trace files are recorded here. Let's see. ls-ltr. See that? These are the audit files. Can you open this file? No, you cannot. These are binary files which are used by, this is PMON audit, right? You can't even look at this. These are binary files and the information comes here when you do some auditing. We will tell you, we'll discuss this later on. Okay, so now as I said, this is the parameter that gets read. So let's do one thing. Let's shut down my database. Okay. Now I will show you a few other things after this which are very important and not everybody would be able to handle those, because these things comes with experience, how to quickly do those things. I'll tell you. So this is sp file sid.ora. Does anybody remember how does Oracle start the database? What file does it look first? What parameter file does it look first? Does anybody remember? During startup, which file does Oracle read?
SP file.
Dinesh, it's not specific. I need specific answer. As I said, as a DBA, if you want to be successful, be specific in whatever you say.
Please ask the question again.
What files and in which precedence Oracle reads in order to bring database up?
Parameter files.
Yeah, very, very vague answer, Biswarup. Not specific. Okay, so let me tell you. You guys forgot this. It's another interview question. First, Oracle will read sp file sid.ora. If sp file sid.ora is not available, Oracle will read init sid.ora. If this is also not available, Oracle will read default init.ora, but here is no init.ora, right? There is only sp file sid.ora, which I have just renamed. So there is no sp file sid.ora, only init sid.ora. So if I remove this also, not remove, I am renaming it. Okay.
What is the command? It's a MV. Actually, font size is very small.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me increase the font size. Yeah, thanks for speaking out, because आप लोग तो कुछ बोलते ही नहीं है. मैं ही बोलता रहता हूँ. गलत बात. अभी मुझे बताइएगा सब सही दिख रहा है क्या? You guys able to see now?
Right, perfect.
सही दिख रहा है. छोटा करूँ क्या फॉन्ट साइज?
नहीं बहुत अच्छा है.
ठीक है.
चलो बीच का काम कर लेते हैं. 14 किया ना थोड़ा. Let's do it.
12 करेंगे.
Is 12 okay?
Right.
That's fine.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, so Nisha, command is mv move command. So if you see my last video, I was discussing some manual command. It's man pages, man mv. It will show you When you say man and with whatever command, you will see all the details about it. Okay, so you can get details from online manual, which is like man pages in Unix. Man ls, so you'll get all the details for ls, what it does, how it does. Okay,
Okay.
so I renamed the file right now lsltr star.ora. I have init ftx.ora, sp file ftex.ora. My environment is upgr. And now if I connect to database and start up, which file it should look first? Guys, answer.
SP
Init.ora. Init.ora. Init. Init sid.ora. Right.
जीरो नंबर विश्वरूप तुम्हारे और 0 नंबर निशा आपके भी। अभी तो बताया था sp file sid.ora, रिमेम्बर?
Okay. वो अगर एसपी फाइल नहीं होता तो init.ora को उठाएगा।
तो init.ora भी तो नहीं है।
अच्छा।
init sid.ora नहीं है, init sid। sid क्या है? upgr।
हाँ।
तो सबसे पहले कौन सी उठानी चाहिए थी इसको? sp file which is not here। सबसे पहले sp file। Okay, I don't want this to be used. I want this to be used. Okay? So let's change it to init sid.ora. If I start it, it will be started. See? So now I'll use your parameter sp file.
इको हो रही है।
हाँ ललित भाई आपकी वॉइस इको हो रही है।
बल्कि सभी की हो रही है।
ओके, 1 सेकेंड। आप सब अपने आप को ना म्यूट कर दो जब नहीं बोलना हो, तो इको नहीं होगी।
right.
अभी मेरी आवाज ठीक हो रही है? ठीक आ रही है?
यस सर।
हाँ हाँ फाइन।
Okay, great. Okay. So, Abhi, do you guys see here show parameter sp file? Nothing is here, right? Because it is not using sp file. So that's how you will check whether database is using sp file or init.ora. So one problem in using init.ora is you cannot change the parameters on the fly. Okay, you can change on the session, but next time when you restart, you need to make a manual entry. For example, show parameter sessions. So what is the value of parameter here? 140. Okay, show parameter, let's say some parameter value in init.ora. Init upgr.ora. So do you guys see here? Let's say open cursors. What is the value here? 300, right? Show parameter open underscore cursors. Value 300. Now there is a view called DESC v $parameter. Select name, type, value. Look here. Is session modifiable? Is system modifiable? Is modified from v $parameter where name equals to open underscore cursors. Set lines 300, pages 300. Column name format A 30. Column value format 9999. Column value format 9999. Name type. Why it is doing like this? Name, type, value. Okay. Oh. So value नहीं ले रहा है ना वो. So value is what? Value is, see, value is varchar 2. My mistake. I was changing format for number. Column value format a 40 or 20, let's say. Okay. Let's include value also. Now it should be okay. Okay. So open cursors parameter value is 300. The current value, and where it is picking this value from? Guys, question, where is this value coming from? Hello,
Hi, sir.
Biswaroop, where is this value coming
हाँ जी,
from?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
Kuldeep,
Database.
so guys, this value is coming from parameter file. Remember?
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Look here. This is the file, right? Open underscore cursors, where is it? Here. See that? Nothing? भाई लोग हाँ ना तो बोला करो, पता तो लगे.
got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm showing
Sir,
you.
mute.
Okay, just to be clarify. No worries. आज आपको छोड़ूंगा नहीं जब तक आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा. इसके अंदर देखो, मैं जाके चेंज कर रहा हूँ वैल्यू. लेट्स चेंज इट टू 400. ओके, मैंने वैल्यू 400 कर दी है. लेट मी स्टार्ट डेटाबेस नाउ. स्टार्टअप. शो पैरामीटर ओपन अंडरस्कोर कर्सर्स. कितनी वैल्यू है भाई लोग? 400, right? From where it is coming? It is coming from parameter file. Okay. Okay, see here. Now the parameter value is 400. And there is a view v dollar parameter. This is a memory view. Remember, this view is from memory. V dollar views are from memory. Remember this. So now this parameter is having 400 value. Okay. And just remember DESC parameter, and then you can get whatever column value you want to see. Okay. So now what is the value of parameter open cursors that I see? 400. Okay. So now what does this mean? Is SES modifiable? There are parameter configurations for your session for system. Okay. So what is the difference? I will tell you what is the difference. You see here. Show user. Okay. Connect this loop. Show user. Okay. This is one session. This is session, right, guys? Is this session correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let me establish another session. Show user sys. This is another session. Okay. Or let's say create user Naveen identified by Naveen. grant DBA to Naveen. Connect Naveen. So now there are two users, two sessions, Biswaroop and Naveen. How do I see these values? Select username, SID, serial number, program from B dollar session where username is not null. Naveen, SID this, serial number this, program is this. If I want to include machine also, machine, so this will give me value of machine also. Column username format A20. So Naveen, you asked me today that वो कोई इंटरेस्टिंग काम Oracle में क्या होता है तो
Yes, sir.
उनको सब पता रहता है कि कहाँ क्या है, कौन सा सेशन कहाँ से आ रहा है, किस मशीन से आ रहा है, क्या कर रहे हैं वो, क्या सीक्वल्स रन कर रहे हैं. There are lots of things that as a DBA you have to do, and you have to be aware of all these things. Khali SQL select star from dual, select date from dual, select maximum, minimum. This is not DBA's job. DBA's job is a hell lot of detailed work that you need to do when you organize data for company who is churning out billions of dollars in the economy, right? So they are doing very high and they are using very high end features for managing their data, performance tuning, backing up the data. Sometimes you have to recover that data, restore the data back, recover it to a particular time so that you don't lose the data. Very, 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 very critical tasks DBAs do. So those are the interesting jobs, not running sequels. So that's what you are going to learn. So right now, just think of this as a scenario. Let's say you are Naveen, right? You are a DBA. Somebody said that, hey, some guy is running something, okay? And you want to see what sessions are running. So what you should do is, as a DBA, you have access to scripts. You can create your own scripts, and then you can work out to see the details. I'll show you a quick example, okay? Let me show you something. This is my website, the link that I'm sharing. So users, okay. So I've been adding lots of scripts on my site, lots of details. These are the topics that I do. So let's say on my site, there are scripts updates, okay? But if I find here scripts, because I know the, um, by what I can find those scripts, I just find here search, right? And I see sessions, their current sequels and time they are executing. So let's do this. So this is query or this is SQL that I made. So this is PL SQL, right? Do you see this? This is PL SQL language. This is what programming language you can do in Oracle. So let me show you. Okay. So let's do one thing first. Now on this, who is the user? Biswaroop, right? So now let's do one thing. Let's run a PL SQL block. Okay. Declare counter number, begin for counter in 1 to 1000, loop, select sysdate into ABC from dual, okay, and loop, and this will not succeed, it will fail because I forgot to declare the variable. Okay, let me do that here. So let me first change this. So v sysdate date or date type. Okay, because I want to use here date. Select sysdate into $sysdate. This is a variable. Okay, so I will be running this select and I will be adding into this 1,000 times in a loop. Okay, so let me run this. So I will run this from Biswaroop, session Biswaroop. There is another session which is going to run the script, this one, and let's run this first. See here, what is this script doing? Let me first show you what this script is doing. So see, Naveen, this will give you, based on the programming that you do or I did, you will see here Naveen, which is the connected session, Naveen's SID, Naveen serial number, operating system process, PSEF grep. See that 14911? Here is it. This is SQL Plus. It's a Bequet session, right? This is your operating system process. Grep minus V grep. Okay, this is it. You see that? SQL Plus. I'm connected using SQL Plus, remember? Okay, let me first show you. So right now there is one other thing. You can see the last executed command with L. L lists you the last buffer on SQL Plus. L, last buffer. So you can save whatever is in the buffer, save my file, replace. So there is a script already created for you, host cat myfile.sql with the command that is in the buffer. So next time you're going to run this command, just run my file. Okay, so now we'll see here Naveen is connected, active session, and Naveen is running with SQL. So which is this? Show user. You are yourself running this command. See that? We are running this command, right? This @myfile.sql. So this session is running this command. What is this command? In myfile.sql. It's showing that. But what I do is now I'll run a separate PL/SQL command. Let's say some application guy is running this. Oh, it's finished so fast, right? Set server output on. You see that it was running this. Let me do it again. Okay. @myfile. Nothing, right? Okay, let's do this. Let's modify this. Let's create a table. Create table dup dba objects as select star from dup dba objects, or insert into, okay, because we already have a table. Insert into dup dba objects, select star from dup dba objects. So what is happening here? What am I doing is, whatever is in dup dba objects, take everything and insert into again this table. So there will be circular loop and it will run for 1,000 times. Okay, I made this command because I want it to continuously run so that you will be able to see. So it's running. You see that it's still taking time. Let's see here what SQLs are running. You see that the space is reached. Unable to extend table BISWROOP DB objects by table in user's table space. Why? Sanket, because there is no space in data file of user's table space. You want to correct this out? Let's correct it. Select file underscore name, comma bytes. That's how you do, right? You are doing something, you are getting problems as a DBA, you are correcting it. So your application was running something, right? Your application was running this and this got failed. You got contacted by application team, said, I'm running this and I'm getting this error. What do? I need help of DBA. So as a DBA, you will see this error. What does it mean? Unable to extend table this by 128 in table space users. So this is very clearly understandable. Unable to extend table. That means a table is not able to be extended. Which table? This table. Where it is not able to extend in table space users. Okay. So now let me go ahead and check the size of data files. So select file name bytes from DBA data files by table space users. Why it is not able to increase? Let me see. There is a column called auto extensible, which tells me if my data file, whenever space is required, can auto extend or not. See, my data file is not auto extensible on. Why? Because I don't want anybody to keep on using my space, right? So as a DBA, what I do is I have put it as auto extensible, no. But normally nowadays, what happens is we keep these as auto extensible, yes, because we don't want to restrict anybody. At least the people who are using the database should not face this failure, right? Like business does not want that some people are trying to book some, let's say iPhone. You want to buy iPhone from Apple site. You are going to website. You are placing an order. As soon as you place the order, the table space in which that table is there, which needs some update, right? And it failed, you get this error, simple silly error that size is not available. So what will happen? You will not be able to make an order, right? So you will say, oh, Flipkart is not working fine, I don't want to use Flipkart anymore, let me use Amazon. So you'll go to Amazon. So Flipkart lost its business, so that's why they would want their data files to be auto extensible on. So let's do that. Alter database data file. So I can keep any of the data file auto extensible on. So another thing to thought, another food for thought is one data file has 20 megabytes. Another data file has 1 megabyte. So why not just leave this as auto extensible? No, and let's change the auto extensible for this file so that this also grows to 20 MB or at least more, so that we have same file sizes. It's good. So I want to I want to give the same kind of knowledge to Naveen as well as to BISWROOP, right? That's what it is all about, nothing else. So alter database data file auto extend on.
Spelling of data is wrong.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome, brother.
You see that? So I change auto extensible to yes. Okay, now let me see. Okay, so now my file is auto extensible, yes. So what is the maximum size of this file? It's operating system dependent. However, you can check from another column. Max bytes, kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes. So let's see the maximum size of byte allowed. So this file can grow up to 31 GB. So if it needs, this file can keep on growing, and maximum size of this file can be 31 GB. This file shows maximum GB 0 because auto extensible is no. As soon as I switch auto extensible yes, by default it is changed to 31 GB. Why? Because operating system limit for any file is 32 GB, at least for this Linux. Okay, so in Linux you cannot have one file more than 32 GB. So that's what this file can increase, but only up to 32 GB. Okay, so now as a DBA you say, hey, I corrected this situation, you will not get this error anymore. So whatever you are doing, just run it. Okay, let's run it now. This is your DBA session. Okay. So nothing is running, only Naveen, who is Naveen? Myself. You see, I am Naveen. I'm running this statement. Select username, SID, serial number, right? I'm running this. So, but let's see what other users are running. I want to run this. See that there is no error now because my database file is increasing now. So let's see what other users are running. @ my file. Oh, you see that? Biswaroop. Biswaroop is doing insert into Duke DB objects, and it's running since last 8 seconds. See that last 19 seconds. This will tell you last ET seconds based on see, this is what a interesting programming you can do from all these. You see the views available. Which views? See here, I'll show you. $SQL text with new lines. Okay. Also, you can use another view. Here it should be $session also, right? See that from $session. So I'm joining these views and I'm taking all the information, creativity, so that I will get details like this. Oh, Biswaroop is still running. See, last 65 seconds. So I want to, application team said, hey, I don't know Biswaroop and I don't know why he's running this. So let's kill this. It's running, right? So administrator will say, let's kill this session. How do we do? As I said, this is returning you SID serial number, which you can also get. Select SID serial number from $session where username equals to Biswaroop. SID is this, serial number is this. Okay, let me kill that. Okay, they'll say kill this session. Alter system kill session SID first and then serial number. Immediate. See that? Session marked for kill. As soon as I kill this session, if you notice, here you will get a message, your session has been killed. See that? Guys, do you see this? So that's
ललित भाई ये एरर क्यों आता है फिर? एरर क्यों दिया इसने? ये एरर ही एक मैसेज है क्या जस्ट? ये सेशन मार्क फॉर किल?
नहीं, ये एरर नहीं है. दिस इज एन इंफॉर्मेटरी मैसेज. गुड क्वेश्चन. ये क्या बोल रहा है? मैंने इसको किल कर दिया ना, जब ऑल्टर सिस्टम किल सेशन दिस, तो ये बोलता है सेशन मार्क्ड फॉर किल. ये आई डोंट नो व्हाई दे chose this to show as error, but this is not an error. Maybe it is because किसी चीज को kill कर रहे हो तो which is dangerous. That is why Oracle is showing this as an error, that you should not do it on very normal basis, right? You will only do this when application will say, hey, kill my session. I killed it, right? Yeah. So another
जैसे Unix Linux में kill करते हैं किसी और का session, वैसा ही है नहीं?
Yeah, but in Unix you kill it very drastically from PS command. Yes, you have grabbed, let's say, SQL plus. You are using this, right? So if I kill this, kill -9, and this can cause issues within database. But what am I doing is I'm killing from database itself. Okay, so that is safe way to kill. Okay.
अच्छा, okay. Within database kill करने से वो that was the safest way to kill, right?
Yeah, because database keep track of everything, right? कि ये यूजर
Okay.
कहाँ तक काम कर रहा था, कितना काम कर लिया, कहाँ से इसको वापस आना है, कितना काम।
BIU में भी सेम वर्क काम आता है ना, ऐसा ही करते हैं ना
किसमें?
BIU में बिजनेस एज यूजुअल में।
बिजनेस एज यूजुअल BAU।
या
BAU में भी ऐसे ही काम होता है। आपका काम चल रहा है, किसी एप्लीकेशन एडमिन ने बोला मुझे सेशन किल करना है भाई, ये कुछ और रन कर रहा है एंड आई डोंट वांट दिस टू बी कंटिन्यू, सो दे विल आस्क यू टू किल इट, so that's how you kill it. Okay, it's just an example. So now I told you about parameter files, right? So you are clear on parameter files now? Show parameter SP file. Nothing, right? So last thing, yeah, before we move further, in order to, and I would ask your attention, please be carefully listen this. Show parameter SP file. That means I'm using P file. Show parameter open underscore process. What is the value? 400. So I said there are parameters which are session modifiable. What is session modifiable? Guys, be careful. Listen to this. Session, one session. Show user. One sys session, show user, Naveen. Okay, these are two sessions. Show parameter open underscore cursors. Here also you will see, because database wise it was marked as 24 in the init.ora. Now let me change this value for this session. This session, which is sys, alter session, set open underscore cursors equals to 500. What is this saying? Specified initialization parameter is not modifiable with this option, because it has to be specified by system. And how? Look, DESC $, parameter. If somebody asks you, how do you determine if parameter is session modifiable or system modifiable? You tell them, interviewer, there is a view called $, parameter, and there are columns like is session modifiable or is system modifiable. I will check here. How? Select name, value, is session modifiable, is sys modifiable from $, parameter, where name equals to open cursors. So is session modifiable? What is this value? False. That is why we were not able to modify from session. Is system modifiable? Immediately. That means I can modify in system. What does this mean? You will see it now. Because I cannot change it over session, right? So let's change it over system. Alter system, set open underscore cursors equals to 500. See that? This is changed now. From 400 I changed to 500, but what is the current parameter value? It's still 500. Okay, because this is not session modifiable, this is system modifiable. So what is system? System is whole database. What is session? This particular session. Show user. Sys, show user. So tell me, what will I see here? Show parameter open cursors. After running this command, from another session, if I do show parameter open cursors, what value will I see here? here in this window for another session. Okay.
It should be 500.
Correct. Good. See that? Why? Because I told you two kinds of configuration: session and system.
Yeah,
Session
because
is
you have modified that one in the system. That's why it's
correct.
Triggered in both the sessions.
Yeah, not both the systems, both sessions.
Yeah, both the sessions.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So now system and session. Session change will affect only this session, and it will only affect this session for the life of this session. That's it. However, system is affecting the whole system. Got my point? Okay. Now
Whole database.
Whole database. Let's say there is a parameter. Which parameter shall I tell you? 1 second. Sessions. Let's see. The same way. Sessions. Is session modifiable? False. Is sys modifiable? False. Because this parameter is derived from some other value. Okay. So this is not a good example. Let me take example of, or let's see this view first of all. Formatting is not good. We want to change name format A40. Okay, this better. Okay, much better. Column name format A30. Okay, now it is fine. Still not fine. Column name format A40. Oh yeah, now we see all parameters in one line. Okay, so this is what you see, the parameter names, and if they are modified via session, false, system, yes. So which parameter we can modify on session level, like this: ASM power limit and cell offload compaction. This is for some purpose you don't know, but you don't have to know as of now because this is engineered system related. So let's see some other parameters here. Yeah, okay, let's pick this out. This is good. Okay, so what this parameter does, I'll show you. So db file multi-block read count. This is a parameter. Where did it went? Okay, let's change it. Now let's pick one parameter. Where name equals to db file multi-block read count. The value is 128. Is session modifiable? True. Is system modifiable? Immediate. So let me modify it on this session. Alter session set db file multi-block read count equals to 10. Show parameter db file multi-block read count 10. Okay, what is the value for this user? Show parameter db file multi-block read count. db file multi-block read count 128. Here it's 10. Okay, let me modify it to 100. Okay, alter session for this session. Okay. Why did I change these parameters? Because for this session, I need this parameter to be 10. Why? This parameter does full table scan. So you will know later on in performance tuning session. So for this session, for now, just remember that I need this value to be 10. So I change it for this session. For this session, I need this value to be 100. However, for coming sessions, like let's say connect a new session, I need this value to be default. Connect Naveen show parameter db file. So db file multi-block read count value is 128 because this is default. From where it is coming? From p file or default. If you can't find a value of parameter in p file, just think it is a default value that Oracle decided what should be when it has to be start. So by default, let's say by default Biswaroop, before going to office, he visit a place, he grab some tea and drink before he goes to office. Okay, so this is his daily routine. So if Biswaroop is going to office, if somebody will ask you, hey Biswaroop, where are you going? Biswaroop will say, I'll go to office. But by default, he will stop at the place, he'll drink a cup of tea, and then he'll go to office, right? So that's why if this value is not specified, this parameter is not specified in p file, this parameter is not there. You see that db file multi-block read count, is it here? No. So from where the value is coming? Default value. Okay, default value is what? This one, 128. Okay, this value. Got it? So that's how we change the parameter on session level or for the whole system level. How do you know which parameter can be modified on the session level, which parameter can be modified on the system level is something you can check from v dollar parameter. Okay, DSC v dollar parameter. You want to know more about it? Check Oracle poster or check further details in the manuals. Okay, so now this is just one file that we discussed, which is called parameter file. Okay, show parameter file. No, show SP file, sorry. Show parameter SP file. Nothing, right? Okay, so before we start, one last thing about parameter file. Let's say I want to change the value or set a default value, not a non-default value for db file multi-block read count. So what I do is alter system set db file multi-block read count to have value 10. Now whatever new sessions will come in, whatever new sessions or existing sessions will see this value because it's 10, right? Let's change it to 20 or 100. I change it for the whole system, so you'll see for the whole system. But shut down immediate, show user. Shut down immediate, startup. So let's see the value of this parameter. I shut down and then starting up the database again. Show parameter db file multi-block read count. What is the value? 128. I changed it for the whole system to 100. Why? Because I was using p file. It is not a persistent file. Which file is persistent file? sp file. Show parameter sp file. Nothing. Okay, let's create sp file. Create sp file from p file. Now sp file is created. Show parameter sp file. It show nothing because database is not using sp file, it is using p file. Now shut down immediately. Startup. Which file it should use, guys? Now guys, which file should use before starting up?
P file है भाई.
निशाद कौन सी फाइल यूज करेगा स्टार्ट करने से पहले, स्टार्ट करने के टाइम पे? कुलदीप,
Parameter file.
कुलदीप आप बताइए जल्दी.
सर एसपी फाइल.
वेरी गुड.
नहीं
बिकॉज हमने एसपी फाइल क्रिएट कर दिया है. जैसे ही एसपी फाइल क्रिएट किया तो सबसे पहले एसपी फाइल. और कुलदीप तुम्हारे भी 0 नंबर. मैंने क्या बोला था?
सर पूरा एसपी फाइल एसआईडी डॉट.
वेरी गुड. ये कौन बोला? कुलदीप बोला, दिनेश बोला?
कुलदीप.
हाँ, गुड. सो एसपी फाइल एसआईडी डॉट हो रहा. अभी पूरे नंबर. शो पैरामीटर एसपी फाइल. सी दैट एसपी फाइल एसआईडी डॉट हो रहा. Okay, so now if I change this value, be careful guys, listen now. Alter system set db file multi-block read count equals to 100. Now if I type this, it will go in the memory and in the sp file as well. Let's check out, because I'm using sp file, right? esc $sp parameter. This is from sp file parameter, right? That was from p file parameter or current parameter. Let's check. Select name, value from $sp parameter. Both are here, right? I don't want to have everything, so let's find for what I'm looking for. Lower, or it's already lower, right? Where name like percentage multi. What is the value here now? 100, right? It is changed by default in parameter file, in sp file by default. If you have started, if you are using sp file, whatever change you will do on system level, it will change in sp file also. In earlier days, what we were doing is like this. Multi-block read count equals to 20. Scope is equal to memory. Memory means for this session only. But if I use just sp file, it will only change in sp file. But if I use both, look here now. What is show parameter db file What is the current value of the parameter db file multi-block read count? 20. Okay, let me change this parameter value in sp file so that next time it will use bigger value. Alter system set db file multi-block read count equals to 128. Scope is equal to sp file. Only in sp file.
Set, spelling of set.
Oh yeah. Thank you. So now I changed it in just sp file. What is the parameter value? 20, right? However, I changed it in sp file. Okay. So now if I would shut down and start up my database again, what value will I see here for this parameter db file multi-block read count? Because it is reading from sp file, right? So what value would be there in the sp file? This value. You want to see? 128. Okay, let me change it in sp file. 10. Scope equals to sp file. Show parameter $128 because I did not change it for the session. Okay, let's change it for session as well as for memory. Scope equals to both. Or if I do this, it means both. It means session as well as sp file. If you are using sp file, let's check now. Startup force. Or you can use $sp parameter view to see what is the current value of this parameter after this change. Okay, now what do I see? See that 10? I don't want it 10. I want it to be 128 because that's what the best parameter value for this. So let me change it again. Scope equals to both. So the value for this is 128 on session, and in value from $sp parameter, name like. See that 128? Simple, right? Okay, so now half of the session is over and we have just discussed parameter file. You know why? Because I've shown you everything that you can do with these parameter files, changing the parameters, because that's what you will do when you will start your work as a DBA. You would need to play with these parameters, or they will ask you to change this, change that, change for the session, change for the whole database, change just in the sp file so that next time restart happens, new session takes place. I mean, new parameter value effect takes place. All these details, right? So more will be coming in as we go on. Let's discuss now next file, trace file. Okay. So I told you there is a process called DIAG, which monitors health of the database, diagnosability process. That's what it is called, DIAG process. This process is creating some trace files, okay, with details about diagnostics in those trace files for all the things involved in the database. So let's see those trace files. What are those trace files? Okay, so let's go to the default trace file location. If interviewer asks you, where can I find the trace files? So as a DBA, you tell them in your diagnostic dump dest directory. Which directory? Diagnostic dump dest. How do you check it? Show parameter diagnostic dest. This is your diagnostic dump dest directory here. Okay, so let's go here. Let's go in this directory. Now these are the folders, right? Checkpoints, product, admin, audit, diag. So you have to go to your diag folder because I need to see my diagnostic directory. So this is RDBMS, database, relational database management system. This is TNS listener. This is information related to listener. For now, I want to go to the database directory. So here you will find folders of all the database available. Right now it's UPGR, right? So I'm going to here. Okay, again a folder. Go here. Now you will see these all folders, right? Then there's a folder called trace. So this trace directory has TRM and TRC files. These TRC files you will read. TRM files is what Oracle will use. So you need to see these trace files. What are these trace files? Let's see. ls-ltr, just list out only trace files. So this is process slave, right? I told you pmon, process slaves. This is mmon. This is again process slaves. This is some foreground process. Okay. Now this is logwriter. This is smon. Let's open this smon trace file, or let's open this. Which trace file should I open for you guys, which is a little easy for you to understand? Okay, let's open this trace file, any foreground process trace file. So what this trace file will tell me? This is the location of the trace file which we are opening. All the trace file information shows you very good information about the system, okay? Because whenever there is a problem, we request people to upload these trace files so that we know what is the issue here. So first, let's identify, in fact, one which has some errors. grep minus star.trc. Okay, I got some trace files. So let me open this trace file. Let's say I open this one trace file. Why? Because there was an error in database. Okay, let me start from here. Okay, you open alert log. Application team said there is an error I need you to work on. I'm getting deadlock. You will open alert log, go to the end of the file, start looking from down to up. I want to find the last Oracle error. Oh, nice. What is it? This is the error, right? Aborting process unknown OSP ID as result of ORA 28. If I go above again, you see that here? You guys see? This is the last error that I see. You remember this error? Guys, do you remember this error? Last error?
Yes.
Which error is this? We were trying to do something, right? And data file is not increasing, right? So this is the last error that we got. Unable to extend.
Right.
Table space, yeah, right.
Correct. And then what we did this command. So it tells you error, it tells you whatever you are doing here. So this is a good place to look. Okay, let's see the previous error. Now, this is the error. Application said I am getting deadlock. Okay, you got to this error. Then you see there's a trace file associated with it. So more information is in this trace file. Let's go out.
So what is the practical use of trace file?
The practical use of trace file is what I'm showing you right now. I'm telling you a scenario. Application team said that I get a deadlock, and how would I resolve this? So you would go in the end of the alert log, starting from the down, look at the top, and then you will find the details for the deadlock. This is some other error which user is not concerned of at the point. This is another space related error which we have already handled, and they are not complaining about this. Oh yes, I got some deadlock error. So what is this error? What is the time? Application said at 4:30 I get some errors. First of all, you need to verify that, right? So you open the alert log, you verify at this time you are getting this error. ORA 600, ORA 0060 deadlock detected. Okay, so let's open this trace file. So this trace file has more information about the error. So trace files have detailed information about the error. So practical use of trace files is not for DBAs, it is for people like me who are in Oracle support, who would look at those trace files and try to identify where the issue is. But as a DBA, if you know how to work with these trace files, you are in high demand in the market, right? You are not part of Oracle, but you still can go on, open the trace files, understand what is in those trace files. So you don't have to contact Oracle support, right? You can do it yourself only. So that's what is the practical application of this trace file. So if I'm getting this error, let me open this. What is inside the trace? Oh, I think I mistyped it. Yeah, see that? There is a dot that I added, so there is no file with the name dot. Okay, this is a trace file, right? So what do we know about this trace file? So the system is Linux, release, machine, instance name, okay, session ID, information about the session, client ID. This is information that you can use to identify from where the client is coming. This is DBS does not bother about this. This is all network guys who need to check it. Module name SQL star plus. Now the error says deadlock detected. Okay. Transaction deadlock. Nisha, you were not there in the last class, but I showed these guys how deadlock is handled. Okay, you see the last video, you will understand it. So now the transaction deadlock is here. So this gives us deadlock graph also. Guys, you remember last time we opened this trace and checked it? Disrup, Naveen.
Yes, yes, bhai.
Okay, so this is what you need to do, and then you need to work on. Based on this, you need to do your further investigation. That's what the usage of trace file is. This trace is telling you lots of details. Why Oracle error happened, because it's a deadlock. Which rows were involved in the deadlock? You see that? These are the rows involved in the deadlock. These are the sessions involved. This is the object involved. This is the row ID. This is the row ID that is involved. And this file, block, everything is there, right? All the information. Okay. This is what trace file is. Trace file has more information about the errors. That's what trace file is. So what are alert files? The next file we are discussing is alert files. So these are similar to trace files, but they contain information about expected events. And they are also alert. Let's say there are errors in the database I showed you. There is one server message file which is called alert log. So this alert log file will have information about the database, all the errors, all the messages. So this is one-stop shop for you to start working if you have some errors. This is what alert log file is. However, there are other alert files also. Remember, there is alert file for listener also. Let's go there. Listener. Okay, let's go to this folder. Let's see what do we have. CD local host. CD listener. CD alert. And this is alert file of listener. This is, let's say, XML file. Not read, only ADRC. Do you see here any trace file? Yeah. Okay, let's go there. Default trace is here, listener log. See that? This is listener log. So whatever issues related to listener, you will see here. You remember last time I showed you service is not updated, so let's find some error here. Okay, let's see. We can have something. This gives you information about startup, shutdown, any errors related to listener. Okay. Service not registered, all those details you will see. This is alert log of listener. So whenever you will need to work with some errors, you will go to these alert files. For database, the alert log is alertlog.ora, alertsid.ora, and for listener, it's listener.log. Another way, as I showed you last time also, is ADRCI command. ADRCI works with your alert and listener. Alerts and trace files. Show homes, show alert. This is now listener log file, right? Okay, well, let's go back. ADRCI, show homes. These are the homes. Database, then listener log. Okay, so now let's show alert. I want to list the alert file because I want to find for the errors. I connect to ADRCI, I specify show alert, and then I need to look for database alert log file. So I'll press 1 menu item. It will open. You know why it is not opening? Set editor. Remember last time also we had this, right? Now you can open alert log using your ADRCI command also. So this is what alert file is. Now, what is data file? You guys very well know what data file is, right? Anybody does not know what data file is? Ask questions, guys. You know what data file is? Where the data is going. That's what data file is. So data file holds your tables, indexes, and all types of data segments. A table gets created inside the data file. Remember? Let me show you something. Data file, table space, segments, hierarchy. First of all, see this. So, database contains table spaces. Okay, you know table spaces, right? You can see table spaces. As you know what table spaces are, right? Select table space underscore name, file underscore name, bytes, megabytes. So this table space AQ has one data file with the size 25 MB. Sysox has one data file size 600 MB. Users this data file size 329 MB. Another user's table space, same user's table space, another data file size 20 MB. So now database has table spaces. These are the table spaces. Table spaces contains data files. Okay, this is what. And now data files contains segments. Segments contain extents, extents contain Oracle blocks, and Oracle blocks contain OS blocks. Just to be more clear, let me show you another thing here. So database has table spaces. Not this one. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm coming in 1 second. Okay. Okay, I'm back. So let me show you something. Okay, I lost my electronic pen, so let me show you. My drawing from my hand. Okay. So now this is my database. Okay. Database has table spaces. This is one table space. This is another table space. Table space has data. Okay, these are data files. These are operating system files where data is going. Okay. Now within these data files, let's say this is data file. Within these data files, there are tables. Right? Table 1, table 2, another table. So this is table 1, this is table 2, this is table 3. And within these tables, this is table. Within these tables, there are a group of extents. These extents are nothing but group of blocks. So now just remember, as I showed you before also, a database contains table space. Table space contains data files. Data files contain segments. Segments contain blocks. So the same way, let's show you what inside is in these data files. So DESC DBA underscore segments is a view. So it shows you select bytes. So segment underscore name, bytes, table space underscore name from DBA underscore segments, where segment underscore name equals to tup DBA objects. Remember, we are creating a object called dupe DBA objects, and let's include the owner also. The segment underscore owner. Not segment owner, it is owner, I think. Okay. So this object is owned by Vishwarup and it is in table space users. Okay, so this is in table space users. Right now you have a database where you have a table space users. In this table space users, you have data file user01.dbf, user02.dbf. Remember, we see these data files, and in these data files you have these objects. Okay. So that's what data file is. So now data file contains data, right? Now what are temp files? You will I will explain you more detail into the granular hierarchy of what inside is extent, what inside is block, when we discuss the structure more. So right now we are just discussing files. So just to know about so this is what data file is. Now there is another file called temp files. So data files has a different view, temp files has a different view. Select file underscore name, single space underscore name from DBA underscore temp underscore files. So what is this temp file? Why it is called temp file? Why it is not called data file? So temp files are used as a temporary storage. Let's say I ran this command, right? Select average, so let's say select connect this group. One second, guys. Okay. So now, guys, I put somebody on mute because there was a noise coming. So if you want to speak, unmute yourself. Okay. So what we were discussing?
Temp.
Temp files, yeah. So show user, select. Yeah, I want to have maximum of object ID. Let's say select max object underscore ID from div DBA objects, or let's say select object underscore name object underscore ID from div DBA objects, order by object underscore name. So if I run this command, I said, what command do I use? I said order by. In order to do some order by or do some aggregate functionality, internally Oracle has to do some sorting. So when I ask you guys simple question, please show me how many, let's say, or what, let's say, what do I choose the example? So let's say you have some color box. If I tell you, please give me all the colors or show me the colors with the, by sorting their, from their name, let's say alphabetically, So if you want to sort those alphabetically in your mind, you will say which alphabet comes first. A. Is there a color by name A? You will see, I don't know, nothing, right? You will try to find nothing is there. Then B, which color comes with B? You will find blue. So you will put blue first. Then you will again sort them. Like C, you are doing this sorting. So whatever is sorting happening is happening inside these temp files, because this is like, I want to just use it while running the query, and later on I don't want to use it. It is like a temp storage area for sorting purposes. Why? Because there are some queries, let's say this query, right? This query is not very huge. If I run this is not very huge. Probably it will take 1 minute, but it is all sorting done in memory. That's why it is fast. But if there are many queries which are utilizing lots of reports, let's say a bank run a report in Oracle database, and they do run, and they run some report by sorting out who owns big money, show me the name first, it'll sort out first who owns big money, this, then it'll sort out who owns big money less than this guy. Again, it will be sorted out. So this whole sorting is not possible to be done only in the memory, right? Where it will happen? It will happen then in a disk area called temporary table space. That's what temp file is for. It's a temporary file used for this sorting purposes only. Okay, that's what temp file is. So any questions until now?
Yeah, it's clear.
क्लियर है
ओके, कुलदीप की आवाज नहीं आई. कुलदीप, आर यू देयर?
सर क्लियर है.
अच्छा ललित भाई, डेटा फाइल तो फिर से पढ़ाओगे ना आप एक बार?
हाँ, डेटा फाइल का स्ट्रक्चर आपको बताऊंगा डिटेल में कि उसके अंदर एक्सटेंट्स कैसे होते हैं, ब्लॉक्स कैसे होते हैं. दैट
डेटा फाइल थोड़ा सा ऊपर से गया है मेरा एक्चुअली.
डेटा फाइल में डेटा होता है वो. दिस इज जस्ट फॉर यू टू नो. अभी पता है आपको क्या चाहिए? अभी आपको खाली यू हैव टू जस्ट नो द स्ट्रक्चर्स, राइट? कि डेटा फाइल में एक डेटा होता है, ट्रेस फाइल में ट्रेस की इंफॉर्मेशन होती है, पैरामीटर फाइल में पैरामीटर होता है, कंट्रोल फाइल में क्या इंफॉर्मेशन होती है, टेम्प फाइल में क्या इंफॉर्मेशन होती है. यू आर जस्ट नोइंग योर प्रोडक्ट.
ओके,
अंदर कैसा है, कैसा काम करता है, वो सब आपको बताएंगे हम. स्ट्रक्चर जब डिफाइन होगा, जब क्रिएट करेंगे ना डेटाबेस, तब ये सब चीजें हैं. ओके,
ठीक.
ललित जी क्लास को बाइंड अप करें क्योंकि मेरा टाइम ज़्यादा हो गया.
हाँ, बस एक अभी तो या आई थिंक वी कैन वाइंड अप. कंट्रोल फाइल, रीडलॉग फाइल, पासवर्ड फाइल, अभी तो 4-5 फाइलें और हैं. तो लेट मी चेक विद दिनेश. दिनेश, आप हो क्लास में अभी क्या? दिनेश
नहीं है.
दिखाई तो दे रहा है मुझे दिनेश, बट आवाज नहीं है.
नहीं है,
सुनाई
नहीं
नहीं
है.
दे रहा, दिखाई दे रहा है दिनेश.
वो फोन से कनेक्ट कर रखा था, वो स्टार्ट नहीं है अभी.
सो एक्चुअली में अभी क्या है, अभी हमको ना टेम्प फाइल्स कर लिया हमने. मेन फाइल होती है कंट्रोल फाइल. कंट्रोल फाइल, रीडलॉग फाइल, पासवर्ड फाइल, चेंज ट्रैकिंग फाइल, ये सब डिस्कस नेक्स्ट क्लास में कर सकते हैं. रीडलॉग फाइल्स, फ्लैशबैक लॉग फाइल्स. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्लास में डिस्कस करते हैं. बहुत हम धीरे स्पीड से जा रहे हैं,
बट इट्स ओके ललित, क्योंकि मैं ये चाह रही हूँ कि अगर हम जो भी पढ़ा है हमने उसको और हम मतलब लाइक गूगल करके उसको हम अपना स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाएं. बिकॉज ऐसा ना हो कि हम आगे दौड़ते जाएं और पीछे छोड़ते जाएं.
नहीं, वो ठीक है आपकी बात, बट क्या है निशा, एक कंटिन्यूटी में अगर आप पढ़ोगे ना तो आपको वो चीज़ समझ में आएगी. आज मैंने आपको ये जब बता दिया ये सब, और अगर मैं 4 दिन बाद आपको बताऊंगा ना डेटा फाइल, फिर आपके सर के ऊपर से जाएगा.
हाँ जी, उसके लिए ललित एक काम, जैसे ना क्या हो रहा है कि लाइक आपकी क्लास या तो 3 days इन 2 days इन अ वीक होगी या 3 days व्हाटएवर, वो सही. मतलब लाइक अगर आप 2 घंटे लगातार पढ़ाओगे तो एक स्टैमिना होता है ना, मतलब एक लाइक बॉडी का बैठने का,
करेक्ट.
वो नहीं बन पाता. लाइक देखो अब मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं बहुत टायर्ड हूँ, एक रियलिटी बता रही हूँ मैं. तो मतलब वो स्टैमिना एक क्लास कंटिन्यूस 2 hours की करने की बजाय आप डेली 1 hour पढ़ें, वो डिफरेंस है थोड़ा ना.
वो निशा एक्चुअली मैनेजमेंट करना होता है ना. सो आई हैव